Heads up. If you have kids around,
parental advisory is in effect.
This is the Bonus Bone Podcast with Lamont and Tonelli.
It's like water torture.
Baby Huey.
Chasta.
Welcome back to the Bonus Bone Podcast. We've got
I'm back this week.
He's back, baby, and he lets it be known right out the gate.
Damn
We've got
right.
a full house. We've got Lamont, Baby Huey, myself, Chasta, P1 Paul back in the studio.
Paul is back.
And Smelly is on the line because we came up with a topic.
Hello.
It's kind of a little bit all over the place, but we have it there. We'll get there. The conversation started because today, Lamont, you brought up, was the breakupiest day of the year.
Today is the breakupiest day of the year. It's 2 weeks before Christmas Day, and if you want to break up with someone, this is the day that most people do it because it's 2 weeks before Christmas. You don't have to buy a present.
Is it just the present part, or is it you don't want to see their family? You don't want to have to do all the like couple
part of it.
stuff?
I think that's probably part of it. But when you're younger and a little more immature, it's because you don't want to buy the present, or maybe you're very cheap.
Yeah.
It's also when you go through the holiday season with a significant other's family, it kind of cements the relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of people will go along with it for after the holidays. I don't want to be a dick. I'll get through the holidays and then I'll break up with them. But then what actually happens, it kind of brings you closer together, and then you have a whole other shitty year after that.
And you're part of like the holiday photos. If you're like taking pictures in the house, then P1 Paul's in the background, and then it's awkward.
And then 2 weeks later, you break up.
You got to Photoshop him out
But
of
I
everything.
thought, you see, knowing P1 Paul, I thought you would like doing that because you like pleasing people and telling them things all the time.
Of course. Right. Well, that's exactly what makes it so hard. I've been in a relationship 7 years because I can't break up.
Okay, but seriously, you're in a relationship, and she seems like a lovely lady. I don't know how she puts up with you.
Yeah, well,
and
we don't live together. That's the advantage.
You're so on again, off again. It depends on the day of the week. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean,
walk us through that situation.
Yeah, well, we were off again last week, and then I walked into a TJ Maxx to do some Christmas shopping, and then we were on again, and then Sunday we were off again. So this is a perfect
Did you
topic.
buy her a present?
You know what? Not yet.
He's waiting it out to see.
I'm going to wait.
What's your deadline?
Well, I also like.
That's why he's going to TJ Maxx. It's not an expensive present.
Exactly right. You just peel the little stickers off the bottom of the box. You don't let people know that you bought it at TJ's Maxx. That's right.
Oh, if you have a girl that really stresses about that, that's a red flag. Jay and I almost got into an argument yesterday because I told him he took some jewelry. I have a couple pieces of jewelry that I love, but I don't get to wear them because they're broken. And he got them fixed. And I said, why don't...
Nice.
Right. Very nice. Well, I mean, I did put it on his honey-do list, so he didn't really have a choice.
Right.
But I said to him when he gets them back, why don't you just wrap them up and that'll be my Christmas present? And he was like... F that. What kind of dude do you think I am? I'm like, smart one? Why is that bad?
I would have done that in a second. I wish my wife told me to do that.
That sounds like a trap.
Really Smelly speaking from experience.
Oh yeah, that's a trap.
Well, it depends. It depends if you're with a toxic personality. Like Chasta actually seems to think, no, this is frugal. This makes sense. There's no hidden agenda there. There's a lot of women who will absolutely set that up as a trap.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's fine.
You would hate being married to me then if you're toxic, because I'll tell you what I've done in the past. I pretty much do this every year. I go through her closet and find stuff she hasn't wore with price tags on it yet, and I box them
like a
up
Homer
again.
Simpson move.
I box them up
you
again.
get her a bowling ball.
And there's been years where she had no idea. She goes, I think I have something like that. I go, really? Oh, geez.
She just sounds like a keeper to me, that's all. Yeah.
That just means you have good taste. You have her matching taste.
That's
That
right.
is a different level, I think, than the jewelry.
absolutely.
But I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I got broken up with at the holidays one time, but I don't necessarily think that it was premeditated.
Mm-hmm.
It was because I was, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I was a bad girl. So I was dating.
Now I got to hear this story.
Here we go.
I got everybody's attention. So I was dating this guy who was really sweet and he was very delicate and he was like down the path of he was wanting to be a pastor and the whole nine. Remember, I'm from the Bible Belt.
Right.
So this is like a big
You
part.
dated a guy that wanted to be a pastor. Is he a pastor after dating you? Did he turn into a pastor?
Oh man!
Why, Chasta? Why did you ruin his career?
I don't think he's not on social media. I guarantee he's still very much this guy today.
Gas station attendant.
Hey!
Ding ding!
This is not
Jump
Skeeter.
to the pump.
This is not Skeeter. Skeeter never broke up with me.
Yeah.
For the record.
Oh,
anyway,
is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah, no.
What's wrong with him?
I'm the one that got away. Don't you remember? Yes. No.
Okay.
Anyway, so this guy, I'm going to call him Jet. I'm not going to even use his real name.
Okay.
I'm going to call him Jet. And he would know why if he heard this. And it's not sexual. Anyway, moving on. I went out one Saturday night. This was like around Thanksgiving with my father, by the way, because my dad was a bouncer and a bartender at a place called the Arbuckle Ballroom.
Okay.
Write that down, Smelly. You'll hear that in a bit.
That's what I was just thinking. Smelly, we're getting notes like crazy on this.
Imagine like Patrick Swayze. Roadhouse.
Yeah.
It is basically Roadhouse.
Okay.
That is exactly what it is. It's like double the size, but it's Roadhouse. So the Arbuckle Ballroom. So I went out. We had a hell of a time. Yes, I drank, but I was with my dad. My dad was my sober driver. It's not like this was crazy. He broke up with me the next day because I was seen at the Arbuckle Ballroom.
What?
And I know. Yeah. And so, I mean, he made me feel like an absolute harlot.
Going out with your dad?
I got
At
to
the
tell you,
ballroom.
Chasta, I think he was just looking for an out.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think maybe you read a little too
You were
much
the
into
devil
that.
to him. That's
Well,
why.
I was the devil.
devil woman.
I was the devil woman. He was also a virgin.
He was?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
How old was he and how old were you?
17.
I thought you were going to say 8.
No, what? No,
That is a virgin in Oklahoma, isn't
I was
it?
gonna
I
say-
hope.
I was gonna say 18, but no, I don't think he was 18 yet. I think he was
Right.
around
Leave
17, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Anywho, that's my breakup
You're
of the holiday
blushing
story.
on that story.
I am. Well,
Yeah.
there's
You're
a lot of
rethinking it,
memories. There's a
right?
lot of memories coming back.
Did your dad get getting fights in that bar?
No, my dad he broke up the fight.
Okay.
He was the
And
bouncer.
you know what's crazy?
Like break a pool stick over someone? That's what I'm thinking of.
I
Roadhouse.
saw my dad. God, I wish we had Bubba on the line too. My dad was maybe 5'9". He was
Okay.
built about like me, like small frame, but he was literally a brick shit house. Like the thickest muscles. Like you'd knock on his leg and it would sound like that. He was just.
Is that right?
That was just. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Your dad was a sheriff too, right?
He was, yeah. And so he worked at the ballroom. So you would see when a fight would break out, he would literally run to the middle and like toss guys like they were like little stuffed animals. It was freaking wild to see.
Royal Rumble.
Oh my God.
Eliminating people.
It was wild, but it was just no problem. And then he'd like physically throw them outside like you'd see it in the movies. And then he'd just walk back in and go get a drink and hang out at the bar. Yeah, totally. It was that moment. It was Roadhouse.
Another night at the Arbuckle Inn.
Arbuckle Ballroom.
Oh, that's right.
If you're
Okay.
going to put it in a bit, Smelly, you got to get it right. And by the way, that place I think has burned down since then, which is really, really sad to me.
Yeah.
All right, Lamont, hit me.
All right. So, and this goes back to the first radio job I had, and I was young and impressionable. I think I was like 18 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a gal in town that I was head over heels with because I was getting sex. I mean,
of
you're
course.
18, you're getting sex on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So this gal,
Whoa, sorry.
what the hell happened
that was my nail on the
this gal ended up moving back to Alberta just out of the blue because she wanted to get back with her old boyfriend while she was dating me.
Oh, my God.
Right? And I was just heartbroken until I found out she caught crabs.
Oh.
And she said it was on the bus of the Greyhound. On the
What?
Greyhound bus. She goes,
That's
no, I
funny.
swear to God, it wasn't because I was cheating. And I go, well, it wasn't from me you got crabs. So
That's an inventive story.
Right? So
was she sitting there with no
but-
pants on?
Exactly.
It was a bottomless party on the bus?
maybe she was using the bathroom on the
That's hilarious.
Greyhound bus. But yeah.
Wow.
I found that a little hard to believe, but I was 18 at the time.
I feel like that's
Not-
called
not-
karma.
Now, did
Yeah.
that bother you, Lamont? Did you go back in there for like
For the crabs?
No, I never went back for a crab fest.
Right?
I
Was
never
it-
did. That
yeah.
was it. That did it for
There's a
me.
lot of crab feeds this time of year.
I was not eating crab.
The Catholics serve that up with wine.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, just on.
Okay.
Upward
Onward and
and
on.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get crabs from a toilet seat?
I don't know. I don't.
That's what she told me.
That's what she said.
Probably catch a lot of
It depends
things
how-
from a
it
Greyhound
depends how
bus
long you sit
bathroom
there,
seat. Yeah.
I think you'd probably catch the HIV from a Greyhound.
Yeah,
I hope they're
nowadays,
not a sponsor.
anyway.
I have been on one before from Oakland to Utah.
What?
Oh, yeah. My dad occasionally used to work in Provo, Utah.
Really?
So
Really?
he was staying out there for like a week. And so my mom.
You would smuggle him alcohol or something?
Dude, it was so boring there as a kid.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But we were like, let's go visit him. So my mom, brother, and I, we took a Greyhound from the Oakland station.
As a
all the way-
kid, that would be awesome.
To what?
To ride a bus across the
Oh no, there were some sketchy people
Oh,
on that
really?
bus. You couldn't go to use the restroom in
'Cause of the crabs.
Exactly. But it was like a long 15-hour ride. We stopped once, and if you weren't on the bus back in like 10 minutes,
Oh, they'll leave you there.
They'll leave you there. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
So
they'll leave you there.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was but yeah, that bus.
You've never been on a Greyhound bus
I
before?
haven't. No.
I used to do that all the time.
Really?
Oh, as a kid?
Wow.
It was
Let's
just
go
so
visit
long.
my aunt.
Yeah. I mean, I have been on a bus to go to trips like with the church. I'm very churchy today,
Oh,
aren't
my
I?
God.
I'm the bad girl and I'm talking about church. We would do the snow trips up in Colorado and we'd do a bus, but not like
Yeah.
a Greyhound. Not with the crabs.
So anyway, did the girl dump you on the bus or something? What happened?
No,
with
that was
you,
just a
Huey?
family. I was a little kid then.
Oh,
Go
okay.
to Utah, the
Oh,
Provo,
okay.
Utah.
Yeah.
No, as far as girls though, I've noticed going back to what Paul was saying, like sometimes maybe you dump before the holidays because you don't want to get too serious. If you go through the holidays, that means the relationship is pretty serious
I think
at
that's
that
a
point.
super valid
So
point.
how many women have dumped you around the holidays?
A few times where it's like they disappear.
The ghost.
Yeah.
They ghosted you.
Yeah, like they disappear in December. You know, you're talking to them, get to know them, hanging out for a couple months. And then like January, February,
Valentine's Day, they pop back
They
up.
start hitting you up again. Exactly.
Right, Valentine's Day.
That's
You're
what I'm
speaking
saying.
from experience,
No.
it seems.
No, but if you're a dude, that's when you want to break up again, Valentine's
Right.
Day.
Right. It's
But that's what I'm
You don't have
saying.
to buy a present.
I agree with Paul saying. Like, I think sometimes people will want to end the relationship before the holidays because if you go through the holidays, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, but
I
I
get
got to
that.
tell you, around Valentine's Day, that's when if you're a single guy, that's when you start looking because people want to do something
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when the traps get set up, as Smelly said. All
Yes.
the traps get set
Yeah.
up.
But I believe that because, like, you know, the holidays, all the family requirements and meetings stuff. Valentine's Day is just one night out.
That's true.
So that's
I
what
thought you were
I'm
going to
saying.
say one night
So
stand.
which is true too. So is that when you've been dumped, Baby Huey, ghosted on Valentine's Day or Christmas?
No, before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, people disappear.
And
or
you-
don't respond to text
And how'd
messages.
you feel about
Vanish.
that?
Oh, it sucked. But I mean,
It's very immature.
Did you have a present for them when they dumped you?
no, not yet.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
No.
Okay.
I was like, we got to wait. If you got to get me.
You wait 2 days before. That's why
Exactly.
guys wait the last minute.
wait last
Now
minute.
I figured it out.
How
this
serious?
is why guys wait to the last minute to buy present.
How serious are you? Are we going to go through with this?
That's funny. So Christmas Eve, you might go get a gift.
Oh, absolutely.
Good to
yeah.
know. All right, Smelly, we hear your heavy breathing. What do you got to offer?
Oh, well, I was just
Making notes.
thinking about all these great,
Yeah,
all these
great.
Keep your
gifts
receipts.
you all giving to each other.
Yeah.
No, I was dating a foreign exchange student from Japan. I was much younger,
Yeah.
and she was definitely above my pay grade. There was a language barrier. Her personality was horrible.
Well, hold it. Now let me ask you this. She was a foreign exchange student. Where is she from?
From Japan.
She was from Japan.
And this is high school era?
This was
Senior?
Senior year of high school going into college. 'Cause
Got it.
There was a nice 2-year window, and she was definitely above my pay grade. Her personality was horrible, but I really wanted to fuck her. So,
And she was hot, right?
yeah, so she was so hot, so I put up with the lame personality and the lack of English and all this stuff because of my attraction to her. And
Now,
during
hold
our
it. Let me
relationship-
ask you this. How bad was her English? Could she at least converse with you, or would you be coaching her the whole time?
I'd be coaching her the whole time, and it was like playing a game of charades.
Okay. All right.
It seems adorable, like in the movies, but
Yeah.
it gets old real quick.
Well, see, what you missed an opportunity. You should have learned Japanese, and then you could have really courted her, and you'd have been that super romantic guy. You'd have had her forever. I mean, that doesn't really help her
No.
personality, but I'm just
no,
saying.
it was. Trust me, it was way too hard. There's like a million symbols.
Yes.
And I looked into it, and they didn't have like all the fun gadgets they have these days. And I was like, this is too much work.
She's not worth it.
But
Okay.
you dated her for 2 years.
Yes, off and on, because during a relationship, she'd have to go back to Japan for months at a time.
Right.
You know, she'd come out for a semester, go back for a while, and which, as you can imagine, is a weird relationship. But
Sounds ideal.
so hot. Yeah.
Right?
So she did. She came back once, and she had a concerned look on her face, and so she said she had something she wanted to tell me, and we're kind of playing the game of charades. I couldn't figure out what the hell she's saying, but in the end, it turned out she fucked some soldier in Okinawa.
Oh,
wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
And so when I guessed what happened, it was like I won and lost at the same time because like I figured it out, but at the same time I was crushed. But I stayed with her because she was hot, not because I was happy with the relationship. But I was like, if I leave her and I dump her, then I have nothing. At least
Right.
This way I have this hot woman.
Right.
So during her return trip to Japan, to my surprise, I ended up meeting somebody who looked just like her. 'Cause
Okay.
I kind of had a type.
Yeah.
I kind of had a type. She looked just like her, but she had a great personality. And her English was top notch.
Oh, bonus.
Okay.
Bonus.
So sure, that wasn't as cool as bagging a foreign exchange student, but I was like, oh, this is great. And I was happy. And I realized this is what a real relationship probably is. This is awesome.
Sounds like you just upgraded your iPhone, really.
Exactly.
And so it was then that I launched my revenge.
He launched his revenge.
Wait, you were happy. Why do you feel vengeful? She did you a favor.
The foreign exchange student cheated on me with a soldier in Okinawa.
I mean,
Right.
That's pretty
I could not
crappy.
let that go. And I had to get my revenge. And back then, email didn't exist yet. So you literally had to do like the old-timey days and write letters and $10 phone calls. And
$10 a minute phone calls.
Yeah.
Call and collect here.
Yeah. Yeah. It was $10 of quarters just to actually call her house.
Yeah.
If her dad answered and said she wasn't home, I just lost $10.
Right.
So, anyways, I promised her that if she moved back to California, but like moved here, like full time, not just go to school, move here full time and enroll in the college that I went to, I would not only treat her like a princess, but we would immediately start moving towards living together and I would pay for everything.
Whoa.
Shit,
If you're
So-
headed where I think you're headed,
Yeah.
So what happened, Smelly?
She moved here from Japan. It was
Yep.
a very expensive process. And once she was settled in and started her first day of classes, because that way I knew that she was stuck, I told her I had a better girlfriend, and then I dumped her.
Oh my God. Smelly.
That is the greatest
How do we
story.
drop these mics?
That is the greatest breakup story I've ever heard.
Smelly.
Yeah.
Better
He sounds
version-
like such a sweet guy.
I thought he was.
Here's what you learn. Don't get on his bad side.
No shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she was stuck in America, and it was so great. And Lamont, I remember telling Lamont this story. He was laughing. He's like, she really was stuck in America. I go, she was stuck.
That
She
is
was stuck in
brutal.
America. Yeah.
Two-part question. Is she still here? Do you know anything about her anymore?
Oh, he married her. No, I'm just going. Just joking.
In the age of Facebook, I
Yeah.
would love to look her up, but I'd set myself up an algorithm, and it would just, I don't need.
Your current
that
wife
popping
would
into my
murder
life.
you. That's where
tell
we're getting
me
it.
the name, and I'll look her up.
Yeah, there's workarounds here, Smelly.
Yeah.
You can look up.
No.
He's like, no, I don't want to get murdered.
I'll take.
I don't need this popping up into someone you may know territory.
That happened to me actually last week with an ex,
What?
and I was like, no, I do not. No,
Right.
thank you. Okay, my other part of the question is, do you have like remorse?
No.
No, of course not. He got his revenge.
He's doubling down.
She screwed around on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is next
was-
level.
Yeah.
When you're 18,
Yeah.
you put all your eggs in a basket like
Yeah.
that, and you find out that somebody's doing that to you. Back when this is when you have options, when you're 18, you have a lot of options. Mm-hmm. Forgo those options and put it into one person who was doing that.
Yeah. Could have
Yeah.
been worse. You could have got crabs from a Greyhound toilet seat.
I got cheated on and I just punched him in the eye and gave him a black eye. And I feel bad about that. That's nothing. You had a girl
Yeah.
move across the world On a fake
You
premise?
must have a monster D or something to have her move across the world, Smelly.
We already know that's not true. No, wait.
Hey,
I want to say, I don't know that personally, but you have been the one that has told us that on the air. I just want to make that clear.
well, I did say this to Lamont once. I
Yeah.
said, Lamont goes, maybe you have some sort of like dysmorphia because you get involved with these people who can't leave you alone.
Right.
Like my wife can't keep her hands off me. You got women moving across the world. So
Yep.
it's like,
You attract what you're familiar with.
Maybe, yeah, right?
So I'm saying maybe he has some warped reality on how big a dick should be. Maybe he's got like a monster D and he doesn't know it.
It's like women who look in the mirror and they have body dysmorphia. It's dick dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Yeah.
I had a friend who used to go around telling everyone he had a small wang because he wanted to have people have low expectations. So when the girl sees it, if it's bigger than
That's
what
Smelly.
And they thought. That's
That's
actually not.
thing. We're on to you, Smelly.
It's actually not a bad plan.
Yeah.
He's got it smart.
he just said, he told us, I tell all the women I have a small wang, so they have low expectations. So if they see me, if it's bigger than what they thought, then I'm a winner.
Wow.
By the way, we have that in the clear, you saying that. So that's what
I could put a beep in.
Yeah, no, he's the one that edits it, though, unfortunately. Well, I've learned a lot on this podcast episode, you guys.
Yes.
If you're watching us on YouTube, leave a comment with your thoughts on what kind of person Smelly is.
And should I believe
great.
that girl that said she got crabs from a toilet seat? I don't think so.
Or, yes, if you're the girl from Japan who moved here for Smelly, reach out to us. We'd like to chat.
There it is. There it is.
We'd love to hear from you. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you follow 1077 The Bone on YouTube and all the places you get audio. Huey, am I missing anything?
Follow 1077 Bones YouTube channel.
Said that.
Give the video a like.
Oh, yes. I didn't say that part.
Leave a comment. Share the podcast as well. That all helps out.
There you go. All right. We love you guys. Except you, Smelly. I'm really rethinking our friendship.
Oh, I love him. I love him even more now.
Just kidding. I love you. All right. We love you all. Thank you for being here.
Love.
Bye-bye. Wow.